Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're preparing for a front-end developer interview, this is a very common JavaScript question you might get. What is the difference between var, let, and const? So in this video, I'll explain the difference in a simple way, and I also show some examples in code. Alright, let's jump into VS Code. First, let's start with var. So this works normally, but the important thing about var is that it is function scope, not block scope. Let me show you an example. You can see that it still prints 25. Even though the variable was created inside the if block, we can still access it outside. This happens because var does not respect block scope. It only cares about the function scope. Now let's compare that with let. If I run this code, we get an error. That's because let is block scope. So when a variable is created inside a block like an if statement, a for loop, or any curly braces, it only exists inside that block. Now let's talk about const. At first glance, const looks similar to let because it is also block scope. But the key difference is reassignment. Let me show you. This works fine because let allows reassignment. But if you try the same thing with const, it will fail. Now we get an error because const variable cannot be reassigned. Another important concept here is something called hoisting. For example, with var, we can do something like this. And instead of crashing immediately, JavaScript prints undefined. That's because var is hoisted and initialized with undefined. But with let and const, things work a bit differently. Now we get an error. This happens because let and const are hoisted, but they stay in something called the temporal dead zone until the line where they are declared. So we cannot use them before their declaration. So to quickly summarize, var is function scoped and can cause unexpected behavior. Let is block scoped and allows reassignment. Const is block scope but does not allow reassignment. Because of that, in modern JavaScript, we usually use const by default and use let only when we know the value will change. Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.